Good evening and welcome to the Orleans Hotel and Casino. We're proud to be celebrating the 10th anniversary of this year's National Finals Tonight show. Brought to you in part by Cinch, Prefert, Crown Royal Vanilla, Absolute, Bullet Bourbon, Jameson, 14 Hands Wines, Bud Light, Ram Rodeo, Neutrina, Boot Barn, Montana Silversmiths, Cactus Saddles, Big Tex Trailers, Resist All Hats, American Cowboy Magazine. National Finals tonight with 8-time world champion bull rider Don Gay, 8-time world champion cowboy Joe Beaver, and the men and women of the NFR. Sit back, relax, and enjoy National Finals tonight. And now, here's your host, award-winning television personality, Mr. Dan Miller.
Hi, everybody. We are so glad to have you here tonight for night. What a good-looking front row we have down here, huh? Nice. We're so glad to have you here for National Finals tonight. This is year number 10 that we have been doing this show now, and we're honored to have you here with us. The rodeo tonight, that's the 308th consecutive sellout of the National Finals Rodeo. Did any of you get tickets? Were you there, any of you at the rodeo? It's a tough ticket, so we're glad you're here, and we hope you just stay right through the whole evening. We have gifts to give away once we're done here tonight, so sit back and make yourselves at home. Let's get our stars, our co-stars out here this evening to talk with you. First guy's the best bull rider ever in my book, 8-time world champion Donnie Gay is here tonight. Donnie Gay, yay!
All right, good evening. Yeehaw.
How are you?
Round number 8, it was good.
Round number 8, it's very good. Still lots of things up for grabs, and we'll talk about that more even in the bull riding. Sage got bucked off tonight as well. But let's get this other gentleman out here. I'll tell you right now, he has gifts to give away, so be ready out there. He's an 8-time world champion. Mr. Joe Beaver is here tonight. Joe.
Okay, so if you want something, you got to stand up and make some noise.
In the back, in the back. Whoa, just go out, didn't I?
What a throw, what a throw.
In the back. Did I really hear you say yeehaw?
He bucked off. He bucked off.
He's down, he's down. We needed Justin Healers.
We didn't blow out a knee, did we? I know the feeling.
There you go.
One?
There you go.
Did he get one? He needs one for all that. You need? You got,
he got it.
Listen,
he got it.
She got it. Throw it to me. Don't worry about it.
It's kind of like a mesquite, you know, dadgum. My daddy told me one time, he said, well, son, if you can't ride him, get down in underneath him and help me sell some tickets.
Get stomped.
We're so glad to have you here. We want to tell you if you would like to, it's going to be a wild night. I can just tell you that right now, but we're so glad you're here. And if you have questions, if you would like to participate this evening, we would be honored to have you do that. The number for texting us is coming up on the screen up there, and they'll have that throughout the show. And when they do, just go ahead and send some questions up to us. These shows are posted on YouTube as soon as we are finished with them. And tonight, if you feel like going to the Buck and Ball, it's day 8. You've only got a couple of nights yet to get out there and get after it. So we hope you just spend your whole day here. This was round 1 of the Boyd Gaming Shootout today. We're going to talk about that. Somebody roped very well today, and we're going to talk about that.
The old cripple guy.
Yeah, we've had him loosening up his arm, throwing his stuff away, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of how
I was just wondering if it was a loop whenever the other night.
Like that one today. It just kind of went up and over.
But it worked, and we're going to talk about all of that. First of all, let's take a look at this round. Some of you were there at the rodeo. Donnie and Joe were doing it live for you on television, but we have some highlights. Donnie Gay, you're on, bud. Right there. Take it
the
away.
bareback riding, it started. Orrin Larson, he's got a horse called Full Baggage, a former bucking horse of the year from Frontier
Rodeo.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This horse has a great trip, and this cowboy, I didn't think he could ride him this good because I saw him in the Justin Sports Medicine Room just a night ago, and he couldn't hardly walk. He had to have help getting up on the table, and this is a picture-perfect bareback ride.
In the steer wrestling, well, here we go. Clayton Haas trying to win a world championship. He's about 25,000 behind. Guess what he does at his signature event? Bam! The Bramer steers, I've said all week, there's 4 of them. If you can catch them, they throw fast, they win around on them. That's the steer wrestling horse of the year, Cadillac. He made that look easy for Clayton. So Clayton gets his 25,000, says, hey, Dustin Bird, I'm knocking on your door for the all-around. So guess what Bird does? He jerks the door open and says, so what? He comes right back in the team roping, gets him a swing off in the box over the chute. Russell Cordoza saves the day because that white horse hit the wall facing. Now watch it again. Bird's got it on him. He's got nowhere to go. He about runs over the official. When Russell hears his steer, he's got to go backwards to make him face. Dustin Bird back in the lead in the all-around, 25,000.
All right, how about this Wright family in the saddle bronc riding? We can't talk enough about it. You saw Ryder Wright win the first 4 go-rounds. One of those go-rounds was won on this bucking horse, Lipstick and Whiskey. Guess who's got him? Ryder, the daddy, Cody. He is making a beautiful bronc ride, 88 points. That's why we call it the classic event in pro rodeo. Watch him set his feet over this horse's shoulder. Now, the only thing that I saw Ryder do when he rode him, about 7 seconds, he spurred over his rein, almost in that horse's jaw. This was an absolutely gorgeous saddle bronc ride by Cody Wright.
Like father, like son, there you go. You can't do any better. Tie down roping, Boyd Gaiman, Shane Hanchy wins the day money tonight. All right, under 7 seconds.
Under 7.
Now I want you to watch. This is as perfect as a run as you can make. He had a calf that they tied in 8-8. He ran a little bit, come up the rope. He hits the barrier, 1 swing throws. Now watch here. Slows down, catches a calf in mid when he turns around, has him strung down, hits the ground, put him up there, put a wrap and a slap and get away and be happy. 6-8. 6-8 wins the go-round. In a barrel race, the record got tied tonight. 13:37, Amberly Moore. Left barrel first. This little horse is amazing.
She was out of the arena before anybody could clap.
First
one out.
Well,
Unbelievable.
here's the deal. Top of the ground. Ground's been good. Horse is good. Times are fast. She wins the day money.
Bull riding. Well, they were reigning bull riders. We broke Shane Proctor. He comes down off of 1, but Tyler Smith on Cooper's Comet. This bull, they won a round on him in the 2nd round. Both ways, Tyler Smith rides bulls and looks better on them than anybody going. Watch this. Just watch the style. To me, this is the way you ride bucking bulls. Got a good hold with his feet, got a knee up a little bit. Bull really cranking it into his hand. Now watch this. Elbow down, back out to the front with the free hand. In time, that's pure D rhythm and some bull scent. Tyler Smith made an absolutely outstanding bull ride, 89 points, and that's how we wound up performance number 8.
Give him a hand. Outstanding, fellas. Good job. Donnie, what I have done here, and Colin, if you can put up Cody Rostocki's effort tonight, they call it a game of inches. And I mean to tell you, we've got a slow motion clip of this for you, Donnie, but Cody Rostocki, he's been out here to the show with us. He wants to come back. The guy's a ham. But you talk about a close deal tonight. You've got it.
Okay. This bull right here, Sketchy Bob, really a bucker. And he's making a great ride, good effort, gets wrung out, he's hung up. And so bullfighter, watch Cody Webster got the tail of the rope. But look at the bull's back feet. That's what Dan's talking about, because he's heard me say many times, you know, you can get shaving scars and some broke ribs and little stuff like that. But if you don't let them step on you, you're going to be okay. This right here, watch this. And there's nothing but a thank you, Jesus deal, because there's no reason that this bull doesn't step all over. Watch this. Yeah. Ooh. I mean, it doesn't get any closer than that. But, you know, good things can happen to good people sometimes, and it did for Cody Rostocki tonight.
Well, it was very close, and the guy has been riding well. He wants to come back out and be on the show. There's a Facebook clip out there. Have you seen it yet of you? And
my daughter, back in Texas, school teacher, she's supposed to be working, but she's just dying laughing. She wants to see if I've seen this before. So I'm doing an interview in the locker room, and I'm standing there talking about what I think's going to happen. I don't have any idea what I was saying. And Rostocki, he's photobombing me behind, walking by, and those silly little faces that he can do. Only he can do. I mean, and the good thing is I didn't bust the recording because I had no idea he was back there. And I'm telling you, the guys almost hurt themselves laughing at each other.
Let me tell you, my little friend, that's not the only one that has happened. We have the pleasure of seeing Donnie on our cameras, for a spot. He's doing his interview, and he's into that. And every night, there's one smartass or two behind him, and they'll pop out this side and work on this. If he had any conscience at all, he'd never finish the interview. But luckily for us, he doesn't. So
hey, listen. I'm doing one last year, or no?
What about when is this what you're gonna tell them? When they taped your leg? Yeah.
I'm standing there and I'm talking and I'm telling some windy Wild West, whatever it was I was making up, and J.W. Harris and Cody Whitney are laying on the floor and they're duct taping my legs together, and and I'm trying not to, look down, stomp, scream, and everything, and they go, "Oh, good job, Don," and I thought to myself, "You have no idea."
Sad thing is, it didn't take much tape. Donnie, okay. Okay, Donnie, we have some special guests right down here.
I got a couple of friends of mine that I'd like to get to stand up, and y'all give them a warm round of applause. Clyde, Elsie Frost, would y'all stand up? It's Lane's mom and dad, and they're a friend of mine and friend of rodeos, and all around great people. Clyde and Elsie Frost. Good to see you, cowboy.
Good to see you folks. Thank you for being here. All right, as you know, this afternoon was round one of the Boyd Gaming Shootout in the arena here at the Orleans.
Good crowd.
Good crowd.
Good rodeo.
And our man, Joe Beaver, came in second today. So he is...
My young healer makes me look good.
All right, what we're going to do tonight is give out some buckles. And Donnie, if you and Joe will be right here, I'm going to come over to this side. And we're going to have these people come out, the guys that won the first round tonight. We're going to take a look, Donnie and Joe. Donnie, come back to me, please, right here. And we're going to have you take a look at the ride, starting off with the bareback riding. Bill Tudor, Donnie, if you'll call that, then we'll get Bill out here and give him a buckle.
That ain't Bill. Okay,
right
now we're working. All right, let's see. Y'all, we don't have a script, so just...
yep, that's all right.
And we don't really need one, but Bill Tudor. Bareback riding starts with a good spur out. There was one. He sets his ride up, bucking, horse jumping and kicking. Bill Tudor has got great style. Just by inches, he could have been at the other building. He's not. He's come to another good rodeo right here in the Boyd Gaming property of the Orleans. And Bill Tudor jumping and kicking, coming around, making a great ride. And
86-point ride.
86-point ride.
Let that roll. We're going to bring him out here, Donnie.
Okay, so he wins round one.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. Joe lives over by Huntsville, and this is Huntsville's own Bill Tudor.
You betcha.
All right, let's get him out here. Bill, come on out here if you would, please. We've got a buckle for you. Thank you for being here. Right there, Donnie and Joe, give you a buckle and take a picture there, Donnie.
Bill has been to the big show across the street, and he's still getting hardware.
Looks good. Give him a hand right there.
Okay, Bill.
Bill Tudor.
I got to ask you one question. I know you just said no question, but I got to ask Bill. Okay, so fun coming to the Orleans and riding bucking horses?
Yes, sir. It's a great event. It's well put on. It's a blessing to be here, and I'm just glad that it started out this way. Great way to break the ice with the off season. So I'm happy with today the way today went.
All right, well, Merry Christmas. All right, but it ain't
Bill,
done yet. We got 2 more nights, and thank you so much.
Right back here, Bill. If you can just head that way, let's move on to the next event, Donnie, in the steer wrestling. Mr. Joe Beaver, if you'll come and talk about Sterling Lambert, 3.87.
Yeah, Sterling made a really good run today. Watch, gets a great start. This white steer steps into him. Sometimes that's a difficulty because it makes everything come close. He was tight. He got a good headed catch. This steer's real low-headed. A lot of guys would have kind of watered that steer up. Sterling got down underneath that nose, kept his front feet from buckling. In other words, where he could get a legal time. And when he did, he threw him in 3.8 something, wins the day money. But right there's the key. See how low that steer is? But he kept him up where he didn't knock him down, wiped him out, wins the day money at the first round.
Let's bring him out here right now. Sterling Lambert, come on out here if you will, sir. It's good to have you here. Head right over there with Donnie and Joe.
Hold that, let's take a picture right there.
Smile for the camera, fellas. And again, if you know the procedure, they all will come back tomorrow night. Thank you, Bill, for being here. All right, let's move along to team roping. Is that right, Sean? You said they're all back there and ready to go? Yep.
Bring them both.
Let's
Here
bring
we
them
go.
both out here. We have Dustin
Well,
Esquiza and Clark Adcock, and if you'll call it for us.
Here's another one like Bill Tudor. Just a spot or two away from making
From
the
being
national
here, yeah.
finals. Dustin, he does this right there better than anybody. In the building over there and the building over here.
That looked just like this building here's
And
roping.
let me tell you about that Clark Adcock. That's a healer. If you turn one for money, that boy catches them. It doesn't matter. Now watch. Dustin gets one swing off, throws over the chute right around the bones. Clark Adcock reads it like a book. Steer kind of gives him a big shuffle. That wasn't a hop. That was a big shuffle. Clark heals him like it's nothing to it. 4-2, they win the day money.
Dustin and Clark, would you come on out here, gentlemen? We've got buckles for you, and thank you for being here with us tonight. Well done, guys. Awesome. Everybody will come back for round 2 tomorrow, including our Joe Beaver. And then on Saturday, they'll do it again. Thank you, fellas, so much. Congratulations. Thanks for being here with us tonight. All right. Now, here's a name you're going to recognize, Donnie Gay. If you'll call this in the saddle bronc riding, this is world champion Chad Furley, 84 points today in round 1 of the shootout.
Well, if memory serves me correct, I think he's won a couple of world titles. This
he
guy
has.
can do something. He's Cowboy's cowboy. Chad Furley has always been a winner riding bucking horses and just got a nice bronc, jumping and kicking, extending the legs, setting his feet. Judges like it. And boy, the ground looks great out there. I know you were in it today, Joe. But you know, Chad Furley makes a good ride, and it starts with the mark out. You get a good start, you get set up, he gets under his rein, lifted on it, horse goes to helping him, but he actually helps the horse by lifting him up, setting his feet. That's a really nice bronc ride, 84 points. Our first go-round winner, Chad Furley.
Chad Furley in the saddle bronc riding. Chad, come on out, if you will. Yes, sir. Good to have you here. Yes, sir.
You thought I'd let that slide? Oh, no.
Congratulations, Chad. Yeah. Thank you, Chad, so very much. Tie down roping today, Adam Gray.
Yeah.
773.
Been over there to that other little building a couple, 3 or 4 times. He makes a really good run today. Barrier's short, just like over there. Nails the barrier, 2 swings. When he ropes him, his calf peels off the right, gets a little wide right here. This is what made the run, right there. See how that calf jumped at him? Front feet never touched the ground. He just held him in a flanking position, sits down on him good, puts 2 wraps on him, not 1, to make sure he wins the day money 7-7. Like I said, 2 things made the run. The start, he nailed the barrier, and the flank. If you can't flank them, you can't time, because it's pretty dang hard to time when they're standing up. Like Donnie, you know, he had tape in his legs, same thing. So when the calf's down, he ties a lot better. Great run, 7-7. Bring him out. Adam?
Adam Gray, come on out here. 7.73. Congratulations.
He's going to pat me on the head here. I just know it.
Beautiful looking buckles, too. Absolutely gorgeous. Adam, thanks so much. Thank you very much. Adam Gray, give him a hand. Let's move now to the girls' barrel racing. Shaylee Lord, 1466. If you got it, rack it and roll it back
My
there,
girl,
fellas.
Shaylee.
Let's take a look at it.
Here we go. We were talking before the rodeo today. Going fast to the right barrel first. Watch this yellow horse. Slides on his butt, comes around hard. Now here's what I thought. He runs hard all the way to the second. She gets her hands switched just in time. Looks like he's blowed off the back a little bit. He lines right back up to the third. She pulls him over 1, drops in 2, and he runs home all the way into that little alley. Watch, his head does not come up until it's time to stop. That was a nice run. And you can tell by the ground's holding right there when he takes the big drop. If brucking horses don't slip, stumble, or fall, barrel horses usually work good too.
Shaylee, bring her out here. Shaylee Lord is here. Come on out, young lady. How are you? It's good to see you. Head right over that way. They've got a buckle for you, and I've got something else for you.
Gosh, and she's
Greg,
really
help me
pretty
out.
too.
Where is
huh?
it? Shaylee, we have another
All
gift
right.
for you as well, but we will get that to you. Greg, Tell me where Shaylee's other gift is. We have something else. The
Barrel
ladies get
racers
something.
are
They get
extra
something
special.
else besides just a buckle too. And if we don't get it, we'll get it to you back. It's on the. Oh, I see. It's right here. It's right here.
All right, we have got.
From Weaver Leather, we got a breast collar right there. Beautiful.
You know why they give it to the barrel
Headstall,
racers? Because they don't
headstall.
lose things or tear them up.
And this beautiful saddle pad as well. Unbelievable.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty
I
nice,
know
isn't it?
she's used to packing all this stuff. Thank y'all.
And of course, we had bull riding over there at the arena right next door today. This is a name that's very familiar to you. It's why these
This
folks
is a
are.
roper rider.
This is a rope and rider. Donnie called this, will you, Mr. Josh Frost? This is 81-point ride in the bull riding.
Okay, so, well, you know, we got the Frost family, first family sitting right down here in the front, and then we've got Joe riding in the other building. Now we got Josh riding here. They're going to challenge the Wright brothers, it looks like. But Josh Frost, if he hadn't have got hurt this summer, he missed over 2 months, you know, or he would have been here. But he's still trying to go and finish in college. But this is just picture-perfect bull ride. Bull spinning into his hand. He makes short work of him. I just love the rhythm, bull sense. You know, these guys, and the way you get that is just from being a cowboy. He can ride a horse, he can rope, he can bulldog, he can team rope. But he's a cowboy and rides. And this right here, I guarantee you I could have interviewed him. He rode that bull so easy. He's total control, and that's what I like about these kids. And he's got bigger and better things on his mind, but he's right here this week. Come on out, Josh Frost.
Josh Frost, and get a buckle from us. Welcome, young man. Head right that way.
All right.
Smile for the camera. We got her, Josh Frost. 81 points. You're right that way. Thanks for coming out, Josh.
Little funny story. I think it was like maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. I'm coming down from the top floor here in the elevator, and we stop. Kid gets on, got a cowboy hat on, dressed real nice, got a starch collar and everything. And I know him, but of course, you know, all these birthdays I've had interferes with remembering what I think I know. And I stood there and looked at him, and I just said, "What is your name?" I said, "I'm Donnie Gay." And he goes, "Well, it's Josh Frost." And we started talking and everything.
Hey, he rides bulls, you know?
He said, "I'm just going to have to ride a few more bulls where you won't have to ask me that anymore."
I like it.
I loved it. I thought that's perfect.
Wait a minute. A few more years won't matter. He can't ride enough.
Joe, I want to do this. Colin, I want you to pull up Mary Walker's run from tonight in the barrel racing. We had a question come in, Joe. Why is Mary Walker having such trouble? And I thought last night you alluded to it a little bit. She got another barrel tonight, but if Colin can pull that up, you can kind of talk about it first. But if it comes up, Colin, just roll it when you got it. But she's having trouble.
She got the good barrel tonight.
Yeah, she's just having trouble getting by him, you know. And Latte's been in here. This is, I think, the 6th year. Yeah. And, you know, when a horse goes in that many times, not all of them keep running good in here. A lot of them get a little cheaty and a little droppy, and you can see she's been trying to get him out and get him to a spot where she knows she's by the barrel, and he just isn't wanting to go. I mean, you know, he's trying to cut. It's fast. He's getting hold to the ground. He's trying to get, watch her. Is this tonight? All right, watch. First, that's one of the best first barrels she's had. And then the crosshair right about there. You see when she changed hands and went to pick up, he had his shoulder inside already. Well, her hips, she gets him by the third one. That's the one that's been a problem. Yes. But even at that, you know, at 14 flat, as good as the ground is and fast as the horses have been running, you know, you take the barrel away, having to go around it. Okay, right here, she goes into it. Watch, right, one more jump if they got it.
Yeah, play it again, Colin, but slow it down on that second barrel, Colin.
But even if the time it takes to go around the down barrel, Eights didn't win anything tonight. Okay, first barrel's good. Starting her cross, and, you know, she's going to ride. But when she switches hands, it picks up right there. Look at it. See how her hip goes down, and you can see the left stirrup gets a little lower. He's just down on the inside, clips it going in. Then they have to run around it. And I don't care how fast they run. When you run around one, it takes some time. And 13, I think 69 or 68 won the 6th hole tonight. So, you know, we see it in every event every year. She's been here, tapped off right, and placed in 8 or 9 rounds. Yes. And we've seen guys, we got guys on my end this year that have not got a check. Ryan Jarrett, you would not think, he just can't get anything going. Same deal.
That's called the National Finals Rodeo, and things like that happen all the time. I personally think Mary and Latte are just fine. They just gotta find the rhythm, the mojo. The one I'm concerned about is Byron.
Yeah, Byron might have a stroke up there if it's 3 more rounds. I'm glad it's just 2, because he gets it going to the end of his seat, and then when she hits the barrel, it's just beer and whiskey on everybody around him. And he just falls out. But at least he actually cares what's happening.
And he's not exaggerating.
No, I mean, he just stands up and all the people around him, when they call Mary's name, you can see everybody kind of get to the side, because if it's a good run, he whips you and if it's a bad run, it's...
Oh, he goes nuts. They had him on camera last night. We got another question.
Careful, you're up again tomorrow.
Joe and Donnie, somebody has a question. Which World Championship buckle are you guys wearing? And is it a special one, and why, Donnie?
I wear the 84 buckle. It was because it was the last one, and it has to last the longest.
I got you. Joe?
I wear my first one and my last one. When I'm at home and doing schools and stuff and just messing around, I wear my first one because I don't think I had thought I was going to win it, and nobody else did. And I wear my last one because everybody damn sure didn't think I was going to win all around that year. And I proved them wrong, so I remind them of it by wearing it.
I love it.
He's such a wonderful fella.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad has my 74 buckle, the first one. My mother has the 75, the second one, and Terry's got the 77 one the year we got married, and rest of them we might have an auction if anybody's interested.
Yeah. That's a good question. We appreciate that question. All right, let's get to our first guest here. This young man, a bull rider, and he's won some money here, Donnie Gay. He had heck tonight, but we're going to talk about that with Roscoe Jarbo. Let's get him out
Let's
here.
Let's meet a rookie
y'all
never met before.
Come on out
make
here,
him
Roscoe,
feel welcome.
if
This is
you're
his
back
first
there.
time.
There we go. Come on out and have a seat.
I mean, there's a whole room full of these young guys that really don't need to shave yet.
Yeah, look at him. 18. How old are you, Roscoe?
I'm 20.
And this is your first time.
Yes, sir.
To the NFR.
Yeah.
And you got off to a great start here and doing very well. And it's been tonight was a tough night, Donnie.
Okay, so you got bucked off tonight, but you won. What'd you win? Second round or third?
Second
round. Okay, so he won $26,000 some dollars, and the best money winning NFR I ever had was $15,000 total. So I'm not going to be crying
that
for you.
That wasn't Confederate money either. That's real money.
Roscoe, what I'd like to do, as Donnie mentioned, let's talk about that second round win that you had. And this was the same bull that they won on tonight, correct?
Yep.
Yep. Take a look at it, and you and Donnie talk about it.
All right. What I liked about you, Roscoe, is you just kept pumping, but I didn't know the bull, went both ways. I thought he just stayed right there to the right.
Yeah, I didn't either. He kind of caught me by surprise when he went the other way.
Well, 8 seconds is 8 seconds. Walk us through and tell us what this feels like, and that coupled with being at your first NFR.
I don't know, about 5 seconds it gets to you and you think, holy crap, I'm riding a bull here at the NFR, but...
You really took time out to think, holy crap?
Oh, yeah. It's just kind of a lifelong dream that every young kid has growing up, but... when it finally clicked that I was probably going to win the round, I just didn't really know what to do with myself.
Okay.
Well, if you keep winning rounds, they'll tell you where to go. It's worth it. You just
they're
keep
good
doing
at that.
Well, he's doing really well, and I like to get the rookies to come out because, the majority of guys riding bulls anymore, they wear helmets, and so you what little time they're in the arena anyhow, because you ain't got to be in there officially but 8 seconds at a time. But, your basic 20 seconds in the arena, and only 4 or 5 of that do you have your helmet off where people can see what you actually look like and, recognize you in the hallway. And for me, I think that's, fan recognition is extremely important to the rodeo business. But I got a helmet question for you. Did you start with a helmet when you were riding juniors?
Yeah, ever since I can remember, I've had a helmet on. There was one year where my rigging bag got stolen and I couldn't wear a helmet, but yeah, I've had a helmet on my whole life.
Can you tell me about this first time coming here? You talked about it hit you when you were on that bull. This whole experience for you, is it living up to everything that you dreamed of coming to the NFR?
Yeah, other than I've fallen off my last so many bulls, but yeah, it's really overwhelming. You kind of come here, you got the bright lights, and I've been to the bright lights before, but to be at the NFR, it's a little different.
Well, yeah, when you're in the bright lights at Nampa, Idaho, or at Cheyenne Frontier Days, you know, you don't have the PRCA office sending you your hotel information, and then when you get to the hotel and you check in, you get your autograph signing schedule, and then you get your schedule that you have to go and, you know, the banquet to get your number, and all. There's so stinking many distractions that you never have
And that
during
has
the
nothing
year.
to do with the other distractions that a 20-year-old would have in Las Vegas, lights and nights. And
Oh, what are they gonna do, Joe?
first 3 years I came here, I thought the motel room was for a shower and a closet. I didn't know you slept. And I was 20, so I know how it is.
Yeah.
Roscoe, let's take a look at tonight, and you and Donnie can figure out what happened.
Just pick it up from the gate. What's happening?
Well, I messed him up in the buck and shoot, and I felt it as soon as I nodded my head, and he
What
had
do you
me-
mean? What happened in there?
Your rope.
Yeah.
Your rope pulled all the way across his back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody said, well, why'd he go down in the well? You know, but why did your rope slip? You don't ride with a loose rope. I mean, what
No.
was the deal?
Well, with this Brazilian rope, you pull it from the opposite
It's
side.
on backwards. I
Yeah.
know. But no.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It has a tendency to kind of pull over to the left a little more, so that's why we set it down to the side. And tonight I kind of set it in the middle, and it slid over on the left side of his back, and it just kind of stuck me in a position that I wasn't comfortable in.
You know, and it's too bad because you had a really good position, him going away from your hand and everything. And I just went to looking back when I was looking at the videos today on the matchups this morning, you know, and I looked, and that bull's been here 3 times, so he's had 6 outs at the national finals, and still ain't nobody rode him. You know, so
Yeah.
there's more to him than just a pretty spotted bull turning back,
There's-
spinning to the left.
There's more in there when the gate cracks than what it looks like to us on the naked eye.
Yeah.
Because, if he hadn't gotten ridden it 6 times, you needed everything right.
Okay, so round 9 and 10. I can remember, you know, one year I had bucked off, I don't know, 3 or 4 in a row, and, you know, you get to wondering if you need to change something. But, you know, I kind of got mad at myself and kicked my own self in the ass and made a charge 8, 9, and 10 go around and really filled my sack winning $3,500 a go round. But, you know, but I mean, it was what it was. Do you have that same kind of philosophy? Because you got a great bull tomorrow.
Yeah, I do. I'm really excited about him, but I ain't gonna say I'm gonna stick with what I'm doing because it's not working, but I'm definitely gonna go at it, and I'm gonna be the controller, I guess. I'm gonna take it to the bull and not let him take it to me.
Okay, so I have to pick the Ram Tough matchup in the bull riding tomorrow, and it jumped out on me. The one I was thinking, it's either you and Stone Sober or Shane Proctor and Long John. So which one should I pick? You know, and what that Ram matchup is
Don't even let him go on any further. Tell
okay.
you.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah, tell you.
Well, I tell you what, if you pick me, we're gonna be more points than Shane and Long John.
That's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
then that's going to be the Ram Tough tomorrow.
That's our matchup. And that's my tattoo man, so I'm sure hoping he rides.
I just want to make sure, because the other night, Donnie, when Sage was here, and he regretted nodding his head in the chute because he wasn't ready. Is that the way you felt tonight?
Let's see. The guy that's been fined the most, and to me, I haven't seen him being slow except when that bull was sitting down the other night. But Joe Frost has compiled $2,000 worth of "you're not ready" fines.
Just last night.
That's last night?
Yeah.
I mean, that was last night's fine? Holy
Yeah.
crap. Okay, well, I mean, well, that's not even worth going into. But they do rush you.
Yeah.
in
Would
retrospect,
$1,000
would you have
fines helped?
repulled? Would you have repulled and reset your rope at Cheyenne versus here?
Well, I was talking to my dad about it on the way over here, and I mean, it's only your first fine is $255, but they tell you that you can pull your hand out of the rope and then reset it, which I should have done. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, man, I don't want them to fine me, have that, that name for being slow in the buck and shoot. But it really shouldn't matter when you come here. It's the biggest bull riding of the year, and I kind of messed that up myself.
Well, I mean, you're not going to let $250 or $500 or $2,000 for that matter interfere with $26,000 that you have the most control over. So, but what Sage said was, on his particular instance, he couldn't get his foot down, but he thought it'd be okay, and so he just went ahead. But once you have that in the back of my mind thought, or I didn't have it just exactly where I wanted it, the moment you've done that, you're already distracted, so that swings in favor of the bull every time. So we're going to wish you best of luck
next
tomorrow.
Time, don't worry about being a nice guy. If you take your time, and if they want to find you, I used to tell them,
Hey,
find
Joe,
me.
you're going to love this. He pays a whole lot of attention to his dad, and I haven't met your dad, by the way, but Cody Whitney said, do you know anybody that's got any horses around here? He said, Roscoe's dad liked to just him and Roscoe, nobody else, but borrow a couple of horses and only one saddle, and just go do a little riding around and talking about getting your focus back. But tuning up, and that's how you do it. I mean, if you can't ride a saddle horse, what the hell makes you think you're going to be able to ride a bull?
It's all about being better and doing what you got to do to win. I mean, hey, it's hats off to you. You could have just sat in the movie theater and fixed it. You can't fix nothing like that.
No.
Is your dad here that we can introduce him out there?
Yeah, out there somewhere?
Yeah, he
Family?
should be.
Okay, stand up, wave your hand. I can't see because of the lights out here,
Right
but
down
Mr.
here.
Jarvis, there he is right
Right
here.
down here.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you, I've spent 8 days in pretty close proximity to this boy, and you and your wife do good work.
Awesome. Give him a hand, will you? He's got the coolest name in rodeo, Roscoe Jarbo.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, man, chill. All right, baby. Save me.
Stray dogs and guitars playing. One room churches, back road waltzing, front porch swinging, sunset skies.
I'm glad he came because Cody Whitney told him, that we wouldn't be too hard on him. We didn't bite hard, and
No, he showed up, and that's good.
Joe, I think we've got Boyd back here, but before we get him out here, I want to just follow up with you. You finished second today.
Mm-hmm.
All the times go back to
Yeah, it's
zero.
a straight second go around tomorrow, and it's the same thing. They pay 3 monies in each event, and then they'll take the top 6 money winners, and everybody will come back Saturday, and everybody will run 1. And when you run that 1, 3 of you are out of there. And then they run 1 more, ride 1 more, top 3. And the top 3 is where the good money is. I think it's $15,000 or something for the last round. So
makes a Merry Christmas, huh?
yeah, and I mean it's it's good for me to see guys like Bill Tudor, and guys like Josh
I mean,
Frost
they've
was
been
hurt.
over to the other building.
Dustin,
they make a living riding bucking horses, roping steers.
Yeah, well,
I mean, this
and
is not just a
all three
rodeo;
of
it's
those-
a good rodeo.
All 3 of those have not been to the show yet. So you know what? They come here. They're 16th, 17th, 20th. They're all with just that far from making the national finals. And when you put your guts out there all fall and you don't make it, at least over here, the Boyd game come in with this shootout. Cinch come in and say, guess what? We're going to give you a chance with $15,000 and get a little bit of that Las Vegas in you. And if you don't like it from being here, to go back to try to make your chance over there, you're not very talented.
Okay, so how many guys you reckon and girls that competed here today, this afternoon, didn't watch tonight's performance?
Oh, of course.
And visualize themselves being in that very same spot. That's how you get better.
Since we're talking about this, Joe, and we're talking about both Bob Tallman and Boyd Polhamus are back here. Let's get them both out here, and we'll talk about the shootout and the rodeo races. Would you give them a hand, please, Bob Tallman, Boyd Polhamus? Gentlemen, if you could join us out here, that would be a wonderful thing. Mighty good, mighty good. Thank you for coming.
Hi, guys.
just catching up on their stock market stuff and all that stuff going on there this evening. Well, we just had the fellas out here and the young lady giving them their buckles for the first round here at the Boyd Gaming Shootout. Joseph down there on the end had a good showing. It all starts again. But Joe was telling me tonight, he said the crowds were good and the excitement was good. And did any of the folks
How many
here
of y'all
go?
went, how many of y'all went to the Boyd Shootout?
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
Nice. Yeah.
And we did some new things today that are like really cool. Maybe history making.
Oh, I'm telling you,
Okay.
I saw one of the coolest things I think happened today.
And we got time. I'll just go through it. Boyd, you'd love this. DeWitt Forrest threw the flag on Wade Sundell.
Yep.
He was against the wall, Judge was. Horse in the neutrino chute, number 6. Horse jumped and come out of there.
He got to challenge it.
He got to challenge it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's the
I'm
deal.
telling you, it
Really?
didn't take what, Bob? 2 minutes?
Oh, if
Maybe.
if it took 2.
Yeah.
But what we did is we got to fill it with the replay, about 4 different angles. So the audience, you saw it, the audience never did go to looking at their clock, seeing how long is this going to take.
You know what, though? I remember when this idea was presented to me about 6 or 8 weeks ago, was when it was first presented about doing it here. And I said, you guys are rodeoing for the fans, right? And one of the things fans like to do is judge, too. Oh. Right? If you're a devout rodeo fan, you can look at an 85-point ride and think it might have been 87 or 83, but this is a place where reasonable people could disagree and say, no, I don't think. But it adds an element of drama, and it also gives a contestant an opportunity to come back.
Well, I'm telling you, it was cool because you're right. You heard no disgruntlement.
No.
Because while we were watching the replay, forming our opinion, the judge was underneath the hood. Nobody even thought about him. Well, by the time you form your opinion and watch it the third time maybe, he's out from underneath the hood and he makes the decision.
He grabs the microphone and says it. Now, we saw it like 3 different ways. So Jimmy went under the hood. Red Lemel took the flag down to him to do it. And here's the cool deal out of it, okay? Wade Sundell has won $4 million. He won $1 million last March at the American. He's won lots of money. But here's where the history was made. If he hadn't contested it, he'd give up 1 shot. You get 1 shot a day. So if you throw the flag down, say I contest, now you put your mulligan out there, and if you lose and the judge and they declare it wrong, you're wrong, you lose that mulligan. You get another one tomorrow. He won the contest, so he got to keep the mulligan, so he goes into tomorrow with 2. And he was 82 points and ended up winning 3rd, and we play 3 monies, and you graduate to Saturday on money earned. Coolest thing I've ever
I'm telling you,
seen.
that was. There's so many calls over there.
I can already tell that, so you always have to have a dissenting view. So I can tell y'all set this up. I'm it. You're it. Okay, so the only really negative thing that I'm going to bring up, other than time, because I don't think time is really a real valid argument, because it's not going to be excessive. I mean, what's 3 minutes, when you've invested a couple $100 taking your family to an event? So, but what I don't like is where some of this stuff goes. I mean, like you ask the top receivers in the NFL today, what's a catch? And they can't tell you, and what's pass interference, and they can't tell you. So always but I would love to see them use it. I see it in the PBR, and it seems to be all right for what I watched of that. But the pure fact is for every rule that you change, especially one that's been in for a long time, there's going to be some unintended consequences.
I'll give you a case in point.
So anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
What I consider a crossfire may not be what a judge considers a crossfire. So when I watch some guy goes, hey, I want to challenge your crossfire call on me, and I watch and I see the steer's hindquarter switch, and the guy's throwing the rope as the header's pulling. Some judges will call that a crossfire because he hasn't waited to throw his loop until the steer begins to move. And so, again, now what is a catch?
Which girl is the prettiest? It really depends on who's looking.
Right, exactly. What is a
Could be
catch?
the time of the day or
But
night,
Boyd
too.
was calling the rodeo tonight, and I'm going to tell you where I stand in the time event in. I do the TV right there by the chutes, and he's a great flag man. He's a friend of mine. Harry Rose flat missed a leg tonight. He flags them clean. This boy's got an inside leg roped, and the rope in the team rope. He's got an inside leg roped. The rope's wrapped around the other leg, so it picks him up. He flags him dead clean, okay? No challenge. You know where the challenge, you know who's fixed it? One of the other judges that's standing back there marking Bronx. Hey, that was a leg. No, well, okay. I would much rather him go to a replay and look than have somebody else's opinion come up and either one, cost the boys money that shouldn't have cost them, he flagged it, or make it the other way where there's overriding the judge, you know?
Now, the other thing is DeWitt was standing right there. Brett Franks come over, and we didn't do it anyway in any shape or form to embarrass or insult the judge that made
Why
the
not?
No, because Judge,
Well-
look, they're
It's worth a lot of money.
I mean, if you had to be under some of them judges, why not?
it's a hobby for Donnie, right? Donnie likes to golf, fly, and cuss judges.
That is a good
Not
day.
necessarily in that order.
And we have passed plenty of judges as rodeo announcers for a long
But
time.
who was the greatest flagman of all time? I would submit Buddy Lytle, okay? But even Buddy Lytle made mistakes, right?
I got a picture of Cheyenne standing up, throwing my hands up.
And the flag still
Buddy
up.
must have got caught in the sun because he just.
Okay.
We need a
Reasonable people
replay.
disagree.
Okay, so at the NFR, and you got the two judges that call on the jerk down whether or not it's straight over backwards for a disqualification or not, and there's some discrepancy about from 1 to 3 o'clock. So shouldn't the guys not be on the side? I mean, how do you tell 2:30 from over on the side? I don't understand that. I just you got to answer that, Joe.
Well,
You got to answer that, Joe.
You know.
This stuff
All right,
goes
all
up
right,
on
I'm
YouTube.
gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice, okay? All right. As you
Couldn't
said,
the line judge-
As you said, if you're standing straight behind something, you can see. I can see behind the horse if I see legs this way or legs this way. If I can't see legs behind the horse, pretty damn good chance he's on his backbone. But from the side, it's like you say about the crossfire. I think they better watch what they're getting into with the jerk down, the way they're judging it, because it's from the side, and we're talking about a straight up, straight down deal. Yes.
And the analogy is just go try to watch a golf training video that's not shot from the correct angle. I mean, you won't be able to hit it ever.
All right, if you don't
So
like
how
it,
do you
me-
watch your bowling videos?
Oh, God. You'd be scarred for life.
You
I'm the
gotta
worst
put that
bowler on the
little deal
planet.
out there and you roll the ball off of it, what the kids do. The
And it's
kids.
not supposed to go in the gutter, but I could make it go in the
Off
gutter.
the edge of that. I witnessed it. Hey,
Okay,
tomorrow
Bob.
at 2 o'clock, we're
Yes.
going to do it again. We may not use the judging thing ever again. It may not go any farther. But this is what Boyd Gaming and the Cinch Shootout has put together with Rory Lemmel and our production people. And Boyd's not there, but Boyd has been with us in voice and thought and has been a part of this since the day we started this 3 years ago. If you don't have your tickets, you get them. You saw the crowd that was in there today? You know what's going to be in there Saturday? Everybody but your butt if you don't get a ticket before Saturday. So go get you one and come and do it. The bar's open. You can bet.
Because just coffee shop talk is the best advertising in the world, okay? Facebook, Twitter, and all that social media stuff. I don't care. If you meet somebody at the water cooler in the coffee shop and they say, "What'd you do?" "I went to that rodeo and it was great." Well, that word of mouth spreads faster than any other kind of advertising on planet Earth. If it's bad, it's the worst advertising you can have, too, if you have a bad event. Because if you meet at the water cooler at the coffee shop and the event wasn't good, that's why I always counsel rodeos that I announce is you got to have a good event, because if you don't, your advertising next year will cause people to talk about your event, and if it's not fun, then they may not purchase a ticket to come back to it. But the coffee shop talk about this event is everything that we're doing up here. Hey, that was cool on the challenge. I saw guys that I know, I saw guys that I didn't, and they're the new guys versus the grand guys, and so that kind of talk is going all over Las Vegas, not just in New Orleans. It's going all over Las Vegas. So don't wait to get those tickets. Don't wait to have somebody tell you about it.
And Boyd, I want to talk NFR, but there's somebody here that Bob and
Yeah,
Donnie would
this
like
is really
to
cool.
acknowledge in the
We
audience.
come back tonight, Roger and I are having dinner, and I kept looking at this beautiful blonde lady. I kept looking at this lady, and I looked at this guy with her, and I thought, I don't know that
Were
guy.
you creeping?
Nope.
Okay,
I
were you?
wasn't even groping, Mr. Trump, okay? Wasn't even groping. But I said, I know that guy sitting over there. I haven't seen him in like 15, 20
But it
years.
wasn't the guy that caught your attention, was it? Be honest.
Well, listen, he would have never recognized
Come on,
me
dude.
if she hadn't have told him who I was.
Dude, are you Bruce Jenner? You switching teams? You telling me?
No, sir. I use one room.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the guy is an absolute hero. One, I know. That's one. No more. The guy is a hero of mine. He's a hero of Donnie's. Everybody on this stage. And he hasn't been here in 20 years. He watched the viewing tonight with Rump. And his last name is Shoulders. And we call him Marvin Paul. And 20 and 30 years ago, when you said Marvin Paul, you didn't need to say anymore.
Can I tell you a great story on Marvin?
Yeah.
Okay. I went to 2 Jim Shoulders bull riding schools, which is why I'm an announcer. Okay. No, because, and I will tell you, this was back when VCR cassettes had first come out. Okay. And there was a guy at our school. 2 things happened. Bull laid down. And the guy was kicking there, sitting there trying to kick the bull to get him up. Marvin said, listen, the worst jump of all is the first one, and now you know what it's going to be. He's going to get up, nod your flipping head. and so the other one was that somebody wanted him to get on the bull, and he said, I got 8 seconds left in me. I think I'm going to save it for the rodeo. But I remember it vividly. I was at that school when Ronald Reagan got shot. It was Jim Shoulders who told me that Ronald Reagan got shot. And the other thing I remember is Jim riding a gray horse coming out of the arena. And there's a kid back there rising his bull rope, and Jim is singing. And as he rode out, Jim said, just think, 20 years ago, I couldn't sing a lick. And this kid, I don't remember his name, but he's rising his bull rope, and he goes, times ain't changed much, have they, Jim?
Introduce him, Donnie.
You got it, Marvin Paul. Where are you
Marvin,
sitting?
I think he's in here, but Marvin, Lori Shoulders, will y'all stand up and wave to the crowd? 1973
Back over here,
NFR
Don.
bull riding winner, and
Back over here.
that's my second family, just like a brother to me, and really glad he made the trip. Biggest homebody I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I don't know what Lori did to him to get him out of Henrietta, Oklahoma.
Well,
but he's here.
I'll tell you how she got him here. 5 times in the last 20 years, she is a international stewardess, okay? She flies for American Airlines, but
Flight
all
attendant.
international
The preferred lexicon is flight attendant.
Yeah, well, you trap me on that crap all the time. It's a stewardess in my life. I don't care. Yeah, okay? She flies all over the world. And in the last 20 years of her flying free for Marvin Paul, that's 2, ain't it? This is the 3rd time he has got on the plane with her, and she had to sit in the jump seat so he could have the good seat. Now, you want to talk about a well-tested marriage? That is. We got to bring him down here. We in a hurry? We're about done. Okay,
Yeah,
we're going to
I
get
wa-
him after this.
Well, yeah, let's move down. Marvin Paul, we're glad that you're here this evening. Thank you so much for being here. Boyd, let's get it kind of. But the races I want to ask you about: steer wrestling and tie down roping. After
They're
tonight.
really the only race, really, in my opinion, that still exists. The only real one is in the tie down roping.
Yeah.
The steer wrestling, Tyler Wegas back. I mean, now Matt Reeves is breathing on him, but Matt had to come from 12th. And Tyler came in 3rd, and he had a lot of money on him to begin with, and they both had great finals so far. But it's pretty, but I mean, right, right, exactly. If Ty catches a couple and throws them down in 5 or so, he's going to be fine. I mean, in the bareback ride, and get a load of this. Tim O'Connell's got a $100,000 lead and a 25-point lead in the average. Okay, he can be.
Well, the guy's really good.
He could be 75, and his nearest competition could be 87.5 twice and still not catch him. Okay, so you could pretty much mail that one in. You could put your name on probably Luke and Jake. I don't see them doing what Luke did in round 7. I mean, when Simpson and Bueller went out, they changed the average. They let everybody back in. The 2 Canadians let everybody back in, and now you're looking at Jake and Luke sitting number 1 in the average. And the bronc riding, I mean, it's a great story. The only guy that's ridden them all is the kid that came in 15th, Jake Watson. And Ryder, of course, has went down 4 in a row after winning 4 in a row. And the world champion just continues to ride like a world champion, 10 into business. And he had a pretty substantial lead coming in. We are going to see season record earnings in the bareback riding, the steer wrestling, likely in the team roping, for sure in the barrel racing. There'll be a lot of records that fall. But you get to the tie down. You all write this down. Tyson Durfee.
Hunter Herron was the man till last
Hunter
night.
Herron let him go 2 nights in a row.
nights
He was
in a
11
row.
last night. He was 14 tonight.
And he was 14 when they tightened 6.
Yeah,
God.
I know. And
The only thing that bothers me about all the, the average and the prognostications and all, everybody's looking to who wins the world championship, and it's a little bit different in the bull riding because, it's not everybody's going to get them all down, all the time and all that sort of thing. But to me, winning the National Finals Rodeo, you don't have to win the World Championship, the most money, because, man, you can get lucky at Cheyenne and Denver and Fort Worth and San Antonio and Houston. But with the money that the National Finals is paying now, winning this rodeo is the best you can do. Whenever you have as even a set of livestock as you can put together and the top 15 guys and then go kick their ass and win the rodeo, that's the biggest story to me is winning this rodeo. The world title comes after that, and then, my gosh, in January, you're all even again. So you put the buckle up on the mantle and go get another one.
But that's why I was heartbroken for Shane. Okay, I really wanted to see. It would have been so good for bull riding in our sport to have a guy to join the ranks of Jim Sharp, Norman Curry, and Adriano Moraes, right?
That'd be great.
It would have been great. He's still got a bull to give to Sage with 2 rounds left before he's on an even keel with Sage, and Sage has got to continue to ride the way he's riding. But he's still got a bull to give, so if he bucks off tomorrow, at worst he's tied with Sage if Sage rides. So, but the race, the other guy to watch in the tie-down roping, because he's still a player there, is obviously Marcos Costa. If he can continue to get day monies, he's number 1. He came in number 1. The other one there is going to be Shizawa's got a long shot. Okay, it's a long shot, but he's got a shot. So you're saying there's a chance. And then Cade Swore kind of messed it up a little bit too tonight to try to keep him in the conversation for the world title. But to me right now, it's Costa and Durfee. It's Marcus's to lose. Barrel Racing's Mary Berger.
If he just decides I got 2 more one-day rodeos and goes out there and ropes like he did all year long, trusting what he's been doing, and block it all out and just go react. He's supposed to be the world champion in a tie-down roping. I really hope he gets it together.
And the thing is that this guy has told me this, and whenever I sit between 2 champions, they know pressure better than anybody. I don't know pressure. Okay? I've never been a champion, nowhere at that level anyway. And they tell me when the pressure builds, I've had this man say funny things happen in short rounds. And you saw it with Luke and Jake the other night, because all they had to do is what you just said, is go out. But they sat there. It was the end of the world championship was theirs to win going into round number 7.
But it's not just go catch. You're going to go win, and to go win, you got to be on your A game. You got to be. You can't be thinking. You got to.
No,
you got to roll with it.
what you just said too. Bob Tallman told me 1,000,000 times in this arena. I came in there 4 or 5 times to win the world, and just tie the last 2 couple down or tie them down, and I'd back up in there. By the time I hit the corner, the only thing I could hear was nod your head and get out of there. It's money. But it made me think about it. Hey, it's money right here. I broke a berry when you're in the 9th round to win one.
Not many people have ever been able to back in there, run your hand in a rigging, or put your hand in that rope. The average person will never experience 1 round of that kind of pressure, let alone 10 rounds, let alone hurt and pain. Marcus Costa is a fine Christian man, but I'll tell you something. Tyson Durfee thinks that when he rides with him.
It's going to be
That's
good
strong.
watching. Going to be
That's
good
strong.
watching. 2 rounds yet to go. Tomorrow is round number 2.
Yeah, buddy.
The Cinch shootout here at Boyd Gaming. We hope to go to see that as well. We need you to stay with us right now because we have prizes to give away for you. For Joe Beaver, Boyd Polhamus, Bob Tallman, Donnie Gay. We thank you. Give these guys a hand, would you please? And if you will stay right there with us, we'll give away some prizes, but we appreciate you being here with us for National Finals tonight. Let us turn down the lights and we'll do that. Thanks.
Thank you for watching and attending the show. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the National Finals Tonight Show at the Orleans, where all the Cowboys go after the rodeo. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow and remind you to join us for the 100th episode on December 10th. Same time, same place. We invite you to keep the party going at the legendary Buck and Ball. Head to the Buck and Ball Saloon for live music, dancing, beer and drink specials, and best of all, no cover charge. And one more reminder, get your tickets to the Cinch Boyd Gaming Shootout Rodeo December 8, 9, and 10 right next door. Prices start at $30.